Are you excited for this video? Because I'm excited for this video. Hey guys, it's Jordin Sparks. Welcome back to my channel. So I have been wanting to film a video like this for so long, so in today's video we are going to be reacting to your guys' assumptions about me. So I made a post on my community tab that was asking all of your guys' assumptions, and then I posted on Instagram and Twitter, so I'm going to be going through all of those assumptions, and I'm going to be responding to them honestly. So let's get into this. If you're super excited about this video, make sure to give it a great big thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe and of course tap the bell notification so that you don't miss another upload. And all that being said, let's get into these assumptions on the community tab, if I could get to that on my phone at any point ever. I said, "Hi Sparkles, I want to do a video reacting to your assumptions about me. Don't be afraid to get deep. Leave all of your assumptions, no matter how crazy, down below." First assumption, the beauty of dance moms. You like to watch sad movies alone, so you can ugly cry. I would say no, not really. I have only cried in a few movies, and I know exactly what they are. I remember when I was 4 years old and we were watching Beethoven at home, and I watched my oldest brother Alex start crying, and I remember being 4 years old and I was like, "Mom, doesn't he know that it's make-believe? Doesn't he know it's not real?" And so, for some reason, the only things that make me cry are, out of nostalgia, or, the new Beauty and the Beast. I was crying within, 5 minutes in the movie theater because I was like, "Oh my god, we're back!" And then I cried in Judy, which was, the biopic about Judy Garland, who was, such a queen, and, yeah, I was, bawling my face off, so... Yeah, I definitely don't watch, really any movies or TV alone, because I just kind of like to enjoy that with other people. So the next assumption says, you secretly prefer singing over dancing. And okay, so there's definitely some truth to that. So I've been singing since I was 3 years old, and I've been wanting to dance since I was 3 years old, but I never actually took a dance class until I was 19. And I've been singing my entire life, and my entire life that was my goal. I'm going to become a professional singer, I'm going to sing in front of sold-out stadium audiences. That was my goal, my entire being. And that's still a goal of mine, to be able to tour and perform and sing, make albums, demos, all that jazz. But I love dancing so much, and I still dance every single day, and I don't take class because I can't really afford to at the moment, but I dance in my living room every single day, and I sing every single day, so I love singing a lot, a lot, a lot. Okay, the next assumption is your favorite dance mom is Melissa. Okay, I would say that probably not. I definitely loved all of the OG moms, but in terms of season 8, I definitely have to say that I am a super fan of Dance Mom Joanne, and of course Dance Mom Michelle, because I'm kind of friends with both of them on social media, so slightly biased. But in terms of the OG moms, I thought Christy was so funny, I thought Kelly was so funny, I feel Holly was my spirit animal, and Melissa was kind of the one where I loved her kids, but I was man, I didn't really care either way about Melissa. My assumption is you've had a lot of people let you down, single you out, and make you feel so low and unconfident, but that's when you found dance. And it gave you the confidence and determination to be the best you and leave all the haters in the past where they belong and inspire others to do the same. You know, I would say that this is very bang on, Nikki Joy. I started dancing at 19, and at 19 I kind of feel I felt I have my entire life together, I have everything planned out, I've got it from here, and then that's when my entire world came crashing apart, but that's also when I found dance, and I realized that it was okay to be me, and dance was the best way for me to express myself, but it also taught me so much discipline, and it taught me how to actually, open up, and physically and emotionally, and so, yeah, dance taught me a lot. I would say that this is bang on. The next assumption is, I assume your favorite dance moms girl is Eliana or Brooke because you love technical dancers with flexibility and maturity. I definitely love Eliana and Brooke. Brooke was one of my original favorites. I remember when I very first started watching, I loved Brooke, and I loved Chloe as my very first favorites. Loved Brooke because I love aerial acrobatics, and she was a pro at that, and Chloe, I just thought that she was the most, like, soft-hearted, like, empathic little girl. Chloe reminds me so much of me as a child. So that's why I love Chloe. But in terms of Eliana, when she first came on the show, I was like, that girl is a prodigy. Like, she was the most exquisite technical dancer that had ever come on to Dance Moms for her age, in my opinion. So I was blown away by her performing as soon as she came on the show as well. So yeah, I would say that this assumption is definitely correct as well. The next assumption is that your last name is not really Sparks, or maybe it is, and you might be related to Jordin Sparks. That would be cool. Okay, so my last name is actually Sparks, and my birth name is Jordin Sparks, but I don't think that I am related to the other Jordin Sparks. But she's cool, and I've been following her career since American Idol, and I remember when she was on American Idol, every single person at school was like, hey, didn't you know that there's a Jordin Sparks on American Idol? And I was like, sure did. And it's never stopped since that day. So every single time when somebody asks me my name and I'm like, it's Jordin Sparks, they're like, oh, didn't you know that there's a singer named Jordin Sparks? Or they're like, wow, that name sounds familiar. Or they're like, wow, you've got the name of a celebrity. And I'm like, I sure do. So the next assumption is that though when you share details about your life, you're smiling, inside you're terrified. P.S. Love you. I would say that no, not really. So I actually started this YouTube channel with a bunch of extremely vulnerable storytime videos. I talked about being kidnapped. I talked about coming out. I talked about the people in my family that have passed. I talked about a bunch of things that no longer really trigger me or anything because I've worked them out emotionally and talked about them for years and years and years and years and years, and I've been pretty open about them for years and years and years. Basically since I went to acting school and like exploded all of my guts out everywhere emotionally and really learned who I was and learned how to start being myself instead of trying to create some kind of persona. But I just feel like nobody really cares about that here on my YouTube channel anymore. That's why I don't really talk about lots of personal experiences, because people would rather talk about dancing, which is totally fine, but maybe one day I'll talk about more personal stuff. But no, it definitely doesn't scare me or anything anymore. I feel the safest when I am being vulnerable, because that's when I feel the most understood, if that makes any sense. So, no, that one is actually wrong. So the next assumption is, for the longest time I thought you were American. Oh, okay. No, I am actually Canadian, and I feel like a lot of people just assume that, because they're like, white person reacting to Dance Moms, must be American. But no, I'm Canadian. Through and through. So the next assumption is you have a liberal worldview, honor diversity, and support human rights for all. I would say that that is definitely 100% accurate, and thank you for making that assumption about me. And the next one is, I think you have a big heart. You would be a great addition to Dance Moms, or would be great with your own reality show. Well, okay, I'm just going to say thank you. And about Dance Moms, I actually tweeted the producer a bunch of times saying hey, I would love to come host one of those specials that they do, where it's the Kids Talk special or the Dance Moms reunion specials, especially the freaking reunion specials. I would definitely love to host a reunion special. I would not want to be choreographing or teaching the dancers. I think that's too much pressure for me. And but thank you. And I do feel in terms of having my own reality show, I would love to have some kind of show, maybe a talk show one day, like the Wendy Williams show. Just talk about tea. But in terms of having a reality show at this point in my life, I feel like having a reality show is so much stress. But I don't know, you never know. Maybe I'll be on reality TV one day. So the next assumption is you don't actually like Dance Moms, but you watch it because you like dancing. Love your vids, by the way. Well, thank you, Emma, and I would say that no, actually, that assumption is wrong. So I have been in love with dance since I was 3 years old. And then while I was in college, and I was dancing every single day, because I was in a musical theater performance program, so I danced literally 7 days a week, I would say that I was already obsessed with dance, and then I found Dance Moms, and it was basically these kids were living the exact same life that I was living at school, except for I wasn't competing. I was just competing with everybody in my program. I wasn't competing in like competitions every single weekend, but I did have to perform and learn numbers every single week, and I danced 7 days a week, and my program head was echoing all of the exact same sentiments that Abby would echo, and all of my professors would echo so many of the same similar idioms that Abby would echo to her students. So that is when I found Dance Moms, and I feel like I really became like obsessed with the show. And that's the only TV show that I really watched, like 100% completely honest. So no, I would say that Dance Moms is really what got me through any of the periods where I felt like I couldn't be a dancer, or maybe I was going to quit. I would always be like, yeah, well, this 7-year-old isn't quitting, and this 7-year-old can do it. Like, well, what's your excuse, honey? So, no, Dance Moms has inspired me for so many years, and it's because they are like 7, 8, 9 years old, and they can handle such rigorous schedules and such rigorous routines and such like so much criticism from Abby all the time. Like, that's what inspired me so much, because there were so many times when I was like 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 that I was like, I can't do this, like I'll never be a dancer, I'm just gonna give up. And 9-year-olds were like, well, I'm not giving up. So I just have always felt inspired by Dance Moms, and all of anybody that has ever stepped foot on stage in national television on that show, kudos to you, hats off to you. But no, I definitely love the show, and I always have. Now, the next assumption is, I don't know, you're so open and honest, it feels like. And thank you. And I would say, yes, that is true. I feel free to express myself honestly when I'm around the right people. And you guys are the right people, so I feel totally free to express myself here on my YouTube channel. Okay, so I'm dumb and didn't realize that the story would disappear on Instagram after 24 hours, so I don't have the assumptions from Instagram, but I did look at a couple of them, and basically what they were saying is, like, you love Keely, and of course I love Keely, and, like, you love Megan McKinnon, and, like, of course I love Megan McKinnon. Make sure to go subscribe to her channel if you haven't subscribed to her channel yet. We've done some collabs together, and we have them up on her channel and mine, so make sure to go check out those. You don't want to do just Dance Moms videos anymore, and I would say I feel like I've already branched out and kind of do like all sorts of videos. Like, at the end of the day, I would love if I could get the same amount of views on no matter what I post, but at the end of the day, my audience, all of you guys out there, you guys want to see Dance Moms videos, and you guys want to see like BTS videos, and so that's what I continue to post. And then sometimes I'll just sprinkle in here and there like my singing videos or a storytime video or whatever it is that I want to post. But yeah, at the end of the day, it would be cool to get the same amount of views on anything. But that being said, I do know what my audience wants to see, so that's typically what I end up posting. Another assumption from Instagram was that you dislike sauerkraut, and I was like, how dare you? But no, I do like sauerkraut on hot dogs. I've always liked sauerkraut on hot dogs. So another assumption from Instagram was you are secretly a professional makeup artist. And no, actually I am not a professional makeup artist. I actually just kind of really dived into exploring makeup in terms of like glam on myself like in the last 2 years, I would say. I always kind of like secretly experimented with makeup here and there, but I never wanted anybody to know if I was wearing makeup, so it would be like trying on a dot of concealer and wearing like clear brow gel or like clear mascara or something, and if somebody was like, are you wearing like clear mascara? I'd be like, no. And that was like up until the end of high school. During high school, I actually trained as a hairdresser, so there was like a tiny little portion on makeup, but I don't think that I ever even did anybody else's makeup. And then when I went off to performing arts college, we actually had special effects makeup, so I learned about a little bit of that. And then I just kind of really dove into like the glam of makeup and trying out kind of drag makeup because of YouTube videos and watching all of these tutorials, and then just kind of learning visually and experimenting on myself. But no, I am definitely not a professional makeup artist. I definitely have no credentials as a professional makeup artist by any means or anything like that. Robin says, I assume that, we'd be great friends. And I'm like, I assume that maybe you're correct. Haley says, you're vegan or vegetarian. So I'm not actually vegan or vegetarian at the moment, but I would say that my diet is like 90% plant-based because I have been vegan for, I'd say, a total of like a year of my life, and I've been a vegetarian for a total of like a few years of my life, but at the current moment I am not actually vegetarian or vegan. And the next assumption is you can't do the splits, and that assumption is actually wrong. I am super flexible when it comes to the splits. The next assumption is you are extremely talented and have a good heart. Well, I will just leave that up to you to assume, and I will say thank you. And the next one is your friends ask you to do their makeup. And I would say that my friend Keely asks me to do her makeup, and I think Kaylee has as well, but in general, my friends ask me to do their hair all the time because I went to hair school, so my friends that are like really close to me all know that, and that's what they always ask me to do for them. But no, only a few people have ever asked me to do their makeup. I don't think I've ever done anybody's makeup ever in my life. The next one is, you're a tough but loving dance teacher. And I would say that no, actually. When it comes to teaching dance, my main prerogative is for somebody to feel free and to learn how to express themselves. And when somebody just really expresses themselves truly, I don't care if you have a beautiful extension or if you have beautiful flexibility or if you have beautiful technique. I would rather that dance brings you something positive than it just being like a chore of perfection. And so I definitely always preach expression over perfection when it comes to dance. And honestly, I was so inspired by the series Dance Moms to really be excellent when it came to dancing. But growing up, I was such a perfectionist, and that was such a negative experience for me that I've tried to shed that for my entire life, and I would never want to really push that on somebody else. So it's not going to be me that you're going to see in the head of the ballet class that is preaching you how to do perfect technique. And watching Dance Moms has kind of actually scarred me in terms of being a dance teacher, to be like, okay, I could never hurt a child that way. I could never hurt somebody's self-esteem to the point that I'm like afraid to be overly critical when it comes to any kind of correction in dance. I would rather just give you positive enforcement, talk about what you're doing correctly, and talk about how we're going to be the best version of you. And that's honestly why I prefer to do dance coaching here online and on my YouTube channel with established dancers that are already working in show business, that are already used to getting constructive criticism, and they've opened themselves up to the public eye. I'm a lot more comfortable giving criticism to those dancers so that we can learn through example instead of breaking somebody down. That's not my style. Tough is definitely not my style as a teacher, but loving definitely is. Now, if somebody, on the other hand, is extremely, like, thirsty for knowledge and they want to know every single correction and they want to know how to do everything absolutely perfectly because they are just like how I was as a child, where I'm like, just gimme, I need to know every single thing, then of course I'm going to provide that child with all of the knowledge, or provide that adult or whoever that is that I'm coaching with all of that knowledge. But no, I am definitely not the one that is going to enforce. I'm not going to, like, constantly beat you into trying to be perfect. That's just not what I do. The next assumption is you like animals, and yes, animals are my number one love. I love them so much. Every single kind of animal. I love dogs, I love cats, I love giraffes, I love tigers, I love alpacas, I love llamas, I love wolverines, I love koalas, I love parrots, I love ants, I love everything. Yeah. And then ants. Bumblebees. Save the bees, save the trees. You have fun when you dance, and I would say yes, I definitely have fun. I still enjoy dancing. That's why I do it when the camera's on, when the camera's off. I still love dance. Dance is like my number 2 love, I guess. Animals, and then dancing and singing. And the next assumption is you love your fans. And I would say, I hate the word fans, but yes, I definitely love the community of people that I have here on YouTube. You guys are the best. The Sparkles are the best. If you'd like to become a Sparkle, make sure to join the constellation and tap the notification bell. And no, I definitely love you guys so much, and I just don't like the word fan. It just like feels icky to me. But whether you watch my videos because you love me, or you watch my videos just to like hate watch, or you watch my videos because you just love all of the people from Dance Moms or the people that are from BTS or whoever that I'm talking about in my videos, I love all of you guys and thank all of you guys for supporting me. So that's how I feel about that. But that is it for assumptions today. So thank you to all of you guys that sent in all of your assumptions for me to react to in this video and respond to. Definitely let me know any kind of reactions that you guys had down in the comments below. And if you like this video, of course, make sure to give it a great big thumbs up. If you liked me, of course, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I would love to see you guys back for another video, and I wish you guys the best, and I guess, as always, make sure to be weird, be wild, and stay sparkly, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.